Morning movers, welcome to Yoga Dose, the place to get strong and stay flexible. Today's class is a morning yoga class focused on better optimizing your day. Quick 10-minute sequence, but you do this every morning, the next 30 days, I guarantee you'll see a significant difference. So when you're ready, we'll get started on our mats. So let's get started in any sort of comfortable seated position. Cross your legs, you can keep your legs extended, whatever feels comfortable for you within the hips, something that doesn't feel like it's too strenuous or requiring of your body too early in the morning. Just go ahead and close your eyes. Start to find a connection to your breath. Now you want to try to sit upright, so rather try to line up your opposite ankle to opposite knee. Try to lengthen through the side body and try to lengthen out through the spinal column. You want to feel like your shoulders are being pulled away from the earlobes, but not aggressively, but rather just rolling down your back. So we're finding distance from the top of our shoulder blade to the earlobes. Now feel like the crown of the head is lengthening upwards towards the ceiling. So the sides of the neck get long. And then really think about paralleling your chin to the ground underneath you. Creating that space and creating that length is going to expand through the rib cage and expand through our diaphragm, giving us a bigger, fuller breath. So once we find a comfortable seated position here, begin to take an inhale in. Hold it there at the top. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open mouth, exhale. Again, inhale, take your breath all the way to the top. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open mouth, exhale. Again, inhale, all the way to the top. Hold at the peak. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale it out. 2 more, inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale it out. 1 more, inhale. Hold at the peak. 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, you're going to seal the lips, exhale out your nostrils. Maintain that pattern of breath, breathing in and out through the nose. Feeling like you're fogging a mirror using the back of your throat, constricting the breath. Maintaining deep inhales, deep exhales. Breathing in and out through the nose. You want to feel like you're breathing into the diaphragm and you're puffing out the back ribs, really lengthening and expanding through the torso. Now maintaining that breath, you can choose to keep your eyes closed or you can open them up, whatever feels comfortable for you. We're going to start to work some mobility into our neck. So you want to be able to have full functionality and range of motion throughout our day when we're looking left, right, forward, and back using our peripheral vision. So keeping our neck upright and lengthening out through the crown of the head. First, we're going to start by just turning our chin to point towards the left side of the mat. Almost like you want to stack your chin on top of your left shoulder. Really feel that length. Don't let your shoulders follow the chin. So the shoulders stay facing forward, bringing your chin over to the left. Now keeping your chin extending out to the left, you want to feel like the left side of the temple lobe is dropping back behind you. Just reaching it back. Feel that right side of your neck start to lengthen, kind of feels like you're constricting your vocal cord. Now keeping it dropping back, keep it reaching back. Now start to open up the front of your throat up towards the ceiling. So we start to drop our gaze up and back, making a little half circle with the neck. Once our gaze is directly upwards and the front of our throat is fully open, now we're going to start to turn our right temple lobe over to the right. So we're dropping it towards the back right corner. Now keeping it extending to the right, now we're going to start to stack our chin on top of the right shoulder. Bring your gaze over to the right side of the mat. Then you're going to start to turn your chin to face forward, bring your gaze all the way back to center. Now we're going to reverse that and go to the right. Turn your chin over to the right side, bring it to stack on top of the right shoulder. Keep that extension out to the right. Now drop the right temple over behind you. lengthening through the left side of the neck. Now keeping it dropping back, start to drop the crown of the head back, opening up through the front of the throat until your gaze is directly upwards. Now start to drop the left side of the temple behind you to the back left, lengthening through the right side of the neck, and then bringing it back in full circle, stacking your chin on top of your left shoulder, and then bringing your gaze back to center. Big inhale here. Then on the exhale, we're going to go over to the left. Turn your chin to the left, drop the temple back, start to drop your gaze upwards, crown of the head points back, open the front of your throat. Then drop the right side of the temple to the right, eventually bringing your chin to stack on top of your right shoulder, then bringing your gaze forward. Inhale here at center. Then on the exhale, we'll go over to the right. Turn your chin to the right. Drop your right temple lobe over back. Open the front of your throat. Over to the left. Stack your chin on top of your shoulder. Bring it back to center. Beautiful. Now just turn it left and right. Up and back. Just make little circles at the neck. Finding some movement, really expanding that range of motion, getting into those nooks and crannies. You might feel some snap, crackle, and pops. You might even feel some pulling up to the sides of the temple lobe. You might feel where you're carrying some tension. Now once you've found some good functional mobility into the neck, you're going to start to extend your arms away from each other, like you're creating a T with the arms. Now we're going to start to work into some pronation and supination. So what that's going to look like is we're going to start with our palms facing down. Our thumbs are going to be pointing out in front, extending out through the fingertips. Lengthen your arms as far away from each other as possible so you feel kind of this pull from the forearm up through your bicep, out through the shoulders. So we want to keep that extension without flaring our rib cage forward. Keep your rib cage pushing back, keep the arms extending, keep the shoulders down your back. Now with the fingers active, take a big inhale in. Now on the exhale, we're going to start to rotate our thumbs to point up towards the ceiling. Once they point upwards, see if you can start to point your thumbs back, eventually getting your palms to face up to the ceiling. See if you can keep rotating so your pinkies start to rotate up into the ceiling. Beautiful. Big inhale here. Don't let your rib cage flare forward. Now on the exhale, you're going to reverse that. Start to turn your thumbs again to point up towards the ceiling. Then they start to point forward, point down, and then try to see if you can get your thumbs to point back. Beautiful. Inhale here. Exhale, thumbs start to point straight down. Then they point forward. Then they start to rotate up towards the ceiling, opening the palms up to the ceiling so your thumbs start to point back, and then the pinkies rotate up. Inhale. Exhale, rotate the direction. Thumbs start to go up towards the ceiling, point forward, rotate down. Then they start to rotate back. Palms face upwards. Keep that extension. Don't let the arms start to shrivel in. Big inhale here. Exhale, rotate it. Thumbs start to point down, forward, up, back. Beautiful. Now, once you find that extension out through the arms, we're going to hold here. 5, 4, lengthen out even more. 3, 2, 1. Rotate the thumbs all the way down until they point behind you and the palms are facing up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rotate the palms up all the way back until the thumbs point back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch the direction. Thumbs go forward, down, and back. Palms face up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to rotate our palms to go all the way up towards the ceiling. Keep this here. Now with the palms facing up, you're going to start to bring your palms to face in front of you, like you're holding onto some plates. Okay? Now when the palms are up, now we're going to bring our palms to face down. Extend the arms forward. Big inhale here. Now on the exhale, you're going to cross your left palm underneath your right And think about bringing your palms, start to lift your arms, bring your palms to stack on top of the crown of the head. Now we want to find some range of motion here. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep them extending away from each other, but you're going to start to lift through the chest. Like lifting through the chest, arms go back, almost like you're grabbing opposite elbows, but they're not touching. Once they get behind you and your elbows start to point back, now you're going to start to flip your palms up like you're holding onto some plates and you don't want them to drop. Open up to the palms, extend your arms away from each other, palms start facing up. Now turn your palms to face down, bring them forward, big inhale. Then on the exhale again, get your left palm to go underneath your right, cross them over each other, start to bring your palms and arms to go over the crown of the head, open up through the chest. Once they get behind you, turn the palms upwards like you're holding onto some plates and extend the arms. Beautiful, one more like that. Bring your palms to face down, bring them forward, inhale. Exhale, switch the direction. Arms go back, open up through the chest, extend the arms. Beautiful, reach out to the fingertips. Sorry, I did mention one more. We're going to do one more of those, just to even it out. Now turn the palms to face down. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, switch the direction. Opposite palm on top. Arms go up. Open up to the chest, flip the palms, extend out. Beautiful. Shake out the arms. Got the arms and neck warmed up and moving. Now we're going to come onto all fours. I'm going to start to find some more mobility through the rest of the body. So you can choose to have a block on the side if you'd like, all just a preference. Now on all fours, we want to find some active engagement here. So we're going to press firmly into the palms like we're pressing away from the ground, okay? Now the triceps are going to squeeze in towards your rib cage, so the front of the biceps starts to rotate towards the top of the mat. So your elbow tips are pointing straight back. You already feel this engagement in the shoulders if you press away from the ground and we wrap our triceps in, so the arms are active. Now we're all familiar with cat-cow, but we're going to start to compartmentalize the movement. So we're going to break it down into 3 sections. So keeping this engagement into the palms, we're going to round through the upper back. Don't let your palms move. You're just going to sit your butt back onto your heels. Kind of like a lifted child's pose. Now with our butt back towards our heels, we're going to lock out our low back. So we're going to do our best to keep this area without moving. So you're going to keep that rounding in your upper back. Now create some space from the thigh bones to the rib cage. So you'd be able to slide your arm underneath. Pull your belly up off of the thighs, but don't lift. Rather, just pull the navel up. So we're creating engagement and we're starting to find that posterior tilt. Our hip bones are kind of tilting downwards. Keeping that rounding in the low back, keep your navel pulling in. As you inhale, see if you can take the mobility just in your thoracic, so in the upper back. So what we want to do is we want to pull our shoulder blades towards the center of our spine, like they're trying to meet, and pull your heart towards the top of the mat. And then look forward. There you go. Just keep it in the upper back. Big inhale. Now on the exhale, see if you can push your chest behind you, round through the upper back. Abducting. Beautiful. Inhale, pull your heart forward. Exhale, push your chest back. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, push it back. 2 more like that. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, push it back. 1 more, inhale. Exhale, push it back. Now keep that rounding in your upper back. Come back into all fours. Don't lose the rounding. Now we're going to start to take it into our lumbar, our low back. So naturally, we're going to find a little bit of a divot into the chest. The chest is going to want to sink down. It's okay, but try to maintain the engagement of rounding through the upper back. So we want to keep that pressure pushing away from the mat. Keeping that rounding, pull your belly up. As you inhale, now we start to drop the navel and let your hip bones start to tilt upwards towards the ceiling, creating this deep curvature in our low back, but we're still actively pressing away from the mat. Now on the exhale, you're going to start to pull your belly in, tuck your navel in, and start to tilt your tailbone down towards your heel bone. So we find this full curvature in our upper and lower back. Inhale, let the belly drop, hip bones tilt up. Exhale, pull the navel up, tuck the tailbone down. Inhale, arch to the low back. Exhale, pull it up and tilt. 2 more like that. Inhale. Exhale, find that tilt, pull the navel up. 1 more, inhale. Exhale, pull it up and round. Now we have this full rounding in our upper and lower back. Now we're going to put both of those pieces together so we can find full range of motion. So we're going to start by finding that tilt in the pelvic bones. So we're going to find that anterior tilt, arching through our low back, let the belly drop. Now start to feel your lower rib cage, middle rib cage, upper ribs drop. Now peel your chest forward towards the top of the mat. Keep pressing into the inner sides of the palms. With the chest going forward, you're going to start to lift through your chin with the shoulders back. Big inhale. Now on the exhale, bring your chin into your chest. Pull your chest up into the ceiling, round it out. Now start to pull your rib cage up. Then pull your belly in and tuck your tailbone down. Find that posterior tilt. Inhale, anterior, arch to the low back, belly drops, rib cage goes down, chest forward, chin high. Exhale, chin into the chest, round to the upper back. Pull your belly up, tuck your tailbone down. Beautiful. Inhale, belly drops, rib cage, chest, chin. Exhale, chin into the chest, round to the upper back. Pull your belly up, tuck your tailbone down. 2 more. Inhale, belly drops, chest forward, chin high. Exhale, chin into the chest, round through the upper back. Pull your belly up, tuck your tailbone. Last one. Inhale, belly drops, rib cage drops, chest forward, chin high. Exhale, chin into the chest, round to the upper back. Pull your belly in, tuck the tailbone. Keep that rounding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Neutralize the spine. Find that flat back. Extend out through the crown of the head. Now you're going to sit your butt back onto your heels. Shake out the arms. Your shoulders should be a bit active, if not a bit warmed up. I'm breaking a little bit of a sweat just by finding a little bit of movement, active engagement. Now, we're going to start to warm up. It may seem minuscule, but we're going to start to warm up through the fingers and the palms. So whether you have a desk job or any sort of work with your hands, you want to be able to have full functionality and range of motion and mobility in your palms, fingertips, carpals, metacarpals, this whole extension out through the wrist really. So we're going to start by putting our flat palms onto the mat. Now with the palms flat, see if you can extend the thumbs towards each other so we're lengthening. You want to reach out through every tip of the finger so they're active. And then feel the base of each finger pad press down firmly. Now letting the fingers stay flat. We're going to start, I want you to think finding every sort of range of motion in the spinal column of your palm. So you want to feel like every vertebrae starts to lift. So with the fingers flat, we're going to start to lift through the base of the wrist, shifting the weight towards the tops of the fingers. Then you start to lift through the middle of the palms. Then you start to lift through the base of the knuckles, coming as high as we can onto the knuckle mounds, pressing every pad of the fingers down firmly into the mat. Beautiful. Now you're going to keep that lift, keep extending the thumbs towards each other, wrap the triceps in. See if you can take it a little further and come higher onto the finger pads. There you go. Now we start to find that extension out through the palm. Hold there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently start to roll each bone down until the palm is flat. See if you can really articulate that movement. Beautiful. Once the base of the palm comes down, take an inhale in. Then on the exhale, see if you can start to lift through the base of the palm. Shift the weight into the tips of the thumbs and every finger. And then you start to lift the entire palm so the base of the knuckles start to lift. So just the fingers are pressing down. Extend the thumbs towards each other. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently roll your palm back down. See if you can feel it go down section by section. Beautiful. One more like that. Big inhale. Exhale, lift through the base of the palm. Each section starts to lift slowly till the base of the knuckle feels like it's going to start to lift. Feeling each finger press down into each section. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently roll the palms down. Beautiful. Feel the base of the knuckles go down. Now we're going to turn our fingers to point away from each other so the base of the wrists are pointing towards each other. Thumbs are pointing towards the top of the mat, really extending out through the fingertips. Now you want to round to the upper back and pull your belly up because we want to take any excess weight off of our palms. We want to make it more of a stretch rather than any added pressure. So keeping that rounding, keeping the weight off, you're going to start to shift the weight into the right palm. You're going to feel each knuckle want to lift. See if you can keep pressing them down. Gauge it, so it might feel a bit uncomfortable if you're not used to doing this, and now you're gonna start to shift the weight over to the left. Do the same type of engagement. See if you can keep the base of the fingers pressing down. Shift over to the right. Over to the left. And go to the right. And then go to the left. Now this next time that we go to the right, we're gonna hold here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift over to the left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Now we're going to turn our fingers another 90 degrees, so the fingertips are going to point back towards your kneecaps. So the base of the wrist is pointing towards the top of your mat. Now again, you want to actively feel like you can lengthen through the arms, really wrapping those triceps in, pushing the fronts of the elbows forward, finding that lift around through the upper back. Now we're going to start to shift our weight towards the heels, keeping the base of the wrists pressing firmly into the mat, so we're finding that length. Beautiful. Big inhale here. Exhale, come back up. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. One more. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Beautiful. Sit back into the heels. Shake out the palms. Turn the wrist. A little bit of wrist circles here. If you don't usually stretch out the wrists, that may have been a bit uncomfortable. So you really want to gauge it accordingly. Take it however you need to. Beautiful. Now when you're ready, we're going to plant our palms. We're going to come into our first down dog. So in our down dog, we want to find a bit of engagement. In the down dog posture, we're going to try to activate each section. That way this right here will revitalize the entire body. So out through the fingertips and out through the toes. So naturally we want to put our weight into the outsides of the palms. See if you can take that into the opposite. So put your weight into the thumb, pointer, and middle finger knuckles. So the entire base of the palm can press down. It might take a little bit more engagement, but we want to feel the entire palm press down. Now, if you want to feel like you can squeeze the insides of your hands towards each other, like you're trying to wrinkle down the center of your mat. Now, keeping that engagement there, see if you can wrap your triceps under you so the bicep starts to rotate in and out towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Keep that lock in. Now, with the triceps wrapping in and the palms pressing firmly, you're already going to start to feel the upper back start to turn on. Now, you want to move your chest and armpits together like one unit. So you're going to start to push your chest and pits towards the back of your thighs, like your chest is trying to touch the kneecaps. Now, keeping your chest pushing back, see if you can pull your belly up off of the thigh bones. Keep your belly pulling in. Hike your tailbone up as high as you can, up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Keep the tailbone high, but push your hamstrings into the wall behind you, lengthening your heel bones down. Keep that engagement there. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep bend into the knees, but keep that same engagement in the upper body. See if you can come high into the toes, stretching out through the fascia tissue of the back of the feet. So you want to bend your knees as deep as you can to hover up off the mat, keeping that length into the toes, keep the engagement into the palms and into the arms. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straight into the legs, tailbone high, push the hamstrings back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one, bend deep into the knees, let them hover high into the toes, lengthen out to the feet. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down. Beautiful. Sit back onto the heels. For those of you who feel like you want to continue your morning practice and you want to continue and add on to what we just did, just go ahead and click on the video right here and we can continue on.